One of the first videos I made, back when I was still on TikTok, was the first episode of a series that I kind of immediately forgot about and never did again, called Weird Gear Wednesday. Well, I got a question about an instrument that I have, and it's Saturday, so I figured I would do another entry in the series. Scaphism Bass Saturday. Hell of a name, right? Alright, so first, what is scaphism? Well, it's up there for all-time grossest ways to die. It's an ancient Persian execution where you're placed into a canoe with your arms and your legs and your head sticking out, and then like another canoe is placed on top as a lid, and then you're fed milk and honey until the point of copious diarrhea, then the canoe is pushed out into a stagnant pond for you to be eaten by bugs in a pokeball of your own shit. Sorry for explaining that. Now, this bass got its dubious nickname because of the story behind its creation. And now we're going to do a little bit of a background lore drop here, but one of my many occupations, many before starting to make videos, was as a touring musician. I primarily played drums, however I did play bass in a couple of bands as well at points. Now, because I didn't want to constantly have to load and unload my equipment every time I rehearsed, I wanted to just leave a bass at the practice space. Now, the problem was that this was a shared practice space with a seedy assortment of people in and out of there at all hours, so I couldn't really leave anything too nice there without risking it disappearing. So, what was the solution? Well, I set out to take a Squire Bronco that I got used for about 75 bucks, upgrade it to be usable professionally, and then disguise it as something so gross-looking that no one would ever even want to touch it for fear of contracting tetanus. Alright, first of all, why is it brown? One of the big upgrades was a high-mass brass bridge. Also, it is now string-through. These are filled with wax. I will get to that in a second. These are also filled with wax. This is from accidentally shooting with a pellet gun. The electronics on it are not that weird. I did a tone delete and used that hole for a kill switch. This is a brass knob off of an old polygraph machine. So it's just volume output. This piece of tape is covering a guitar string that's connecting this to the bridge to use as a ground. That wasn't for any specific reason, that's just because I forgot to do it. Why couldn't I just take the pickguard off? I'll get to that. The entire body of this is filled with beeswax. Like, you can actually see this kind of around the pickup, which I'll get to in a second. Yes, this whole thing is wax potted. I lined the interior of this first with like copper shielding tape, then a layer of lead golf club tape for weight and additional shielding, and then filled everything with beeswax, so it's nothing really going anywhere. Pickguard is made out of a piece of unfinished PCB. It's just like the phenolic FR4 layer. That's why it's green. This is half of a dowel. You can make thumb rests out of these. The pickup on this is a PV Super Ferrite guitar pickup. It's from the bridge. It's like a really hot P90. Yeah, it's mounted low. Works well. Alright, what else did I do? I shimmed the neck, I filed the frets, I got the action set up. The strings on this are labella tape wounds. It's kind of funny that I have $50 strings on a $75 bass, but here we are. The strap is a camera strap. It's what I had lying around. Mounting point moved offset, mounting point moved offset. Tummy cut filed in the Dremel along with a forearm cut. And really, I think that's most of it. But yeah, like the reason it looks so gross is because it has all these little gouges out of the top, done with a Dremel. These weren't even really that intentional. It was a very quickly abandoned drunken contouring attempt, but in combination with the wood stain and the use of, I believe I've used a glow-in-the-dark paint instead of a lacquer. This whole thing is very waxy.
Right, I creep at night. Posse deep is how I creep. Right on the